What's the craziest thing you got the ick for?
I don't like to see happiness sometimes.
I don't like to see happiness sometimes. And then these women wonder why men walk away. 215k upvotes. Or likes. Unbelievable. Wow. What the?
Thank you.
Yeah, the guy just gets up and leaves the press conference. Literally. Yeah, so again, how can you possibly be surprised that men are walking away when the girl, like, it reminds me of that video with Kevin Samuels, right? Where, like, the girl says, we don't even want to smile for men. Like, okay, if you don't want to smile for a man, then you shouldn't expect to have any sort of relationship. Sorry. Men want fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, and bedroom fun loyal. So, like, I don't like to see happiness. I get the ick if he's happy. Like, what? so how unhappy is the girl then? That's like the red flag for antidepressants, I guess. Anyway, let's continue.
I really have abandonment issues, and I never noticed until now. Like, what the fuck? And we all know where it came from. My dad.
Yeah, your dad. Because again, so many girls don't have a father in the home or have a weak father because of womanism, brainwashed men. And so the women grow up with poor fathers, and then they perpetuate the cycle. Men are weak and don't know what to do. And here we go. We have 2022 modern brainwash culture that's terrible, and everybody's unhappy in the long term. Women end up alone with boxed wine and cats. Men walk out of the dating market, and society just crashes. That's literally where we're at right now. Hello and welcome to the Helios blog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. If you're new to the channel, liking the content, please hit the sub, give me and then hit all the notifications. If you're listening on the podcast, give me a 5-star review, give me a follow. If you agree or disagree with my points, please leave a comment. That's what the comment section is for. If you'd like me to comment on a video, compilation, blog post, Reddit post, send the link to theheliosblog at gmail.com. Let's continue.
Daddy. Then my brother kind of became my dad, but he was in and out of jail because he didn't have a dad either. Whatever, long story short is when I date, I'm used to, like, just, you know, we have our little run and that's the fuck it.
We have our little run and that's it. So what is she implying? She's implying she rides the CC. She goes from alpha male to alpha male to alpha male. Never commit. None of them ever commit to her because she has, you know, issues. And she ends up alpha widowed 5 or 6 times, and then she ends up 35 alone with boxed wine and cats. That is literally her situation.
I go about my business and you go about your business. Never seen anything wrong with that. I'm just thinking, like, you know. So I just started dating this guy that I really like a lot. He's nice to me. He treats me like a princess. The energy is definitely.
Uh-oh. She said he treats me like a princess. That relationship is already dead, right? Because women don't want a man that worships the ground they walk on. And again, she said there's this guy I'm dating. So she recently started seeing the guy and he's already acting like this. No, that behavior, you know, treating her like a princess, quote unquote, you know, buying her nice things, taking her to nice dinners, etc. That is earned through months and years of consistent good behavior. It is not something that is given lightly or for free. Because look, do you think that this girl, based on her past stories, right? Do you think that this girl is worthy of such treatment? Exactly.
There. I'm enjoying this. So we now reached that time where usually I go my own way and the person goes their own way, and
which is about 3 weeks.
I'm just sitting here looking at this guy like, why are you still here?
Oh, right. This is something that I haven't mentioned in a while. I'm sure I've mentioned it in past videos, but here's the idea. If a girl is low quality, okay, and then you get with her and you start treating her like she's a girl of high quality, she's actually going to leave you because she wonders why you are treating her well. She expects to be treated poorly, and when you treat her well, she'll leave. Like, so again, guys, you need to really, really vet, like on the first date, like determine if the girl is sketchy or not, because if you don't, it's very possible that she is a sketchy girl who expects you to treat her terribly, and if you don't treat her terribly, she's going to leave. Because her thinking is, I'm trash, but you're treating me as better than trash. How could anybody treat me as better than trash? It must mean that they have a low opinion of themselves, that they're terrible, that they have low self-esteem. I must leave them. You see? And this is the sort of rationalization that many women use to end the relationships, right? Because they've made poor decisions, they've made themselves unworthy. So if they date a guy who holds them to a standard, they can't stand it, right? And they sabotage their own relationships. Okay, let's continue.
The guy did absolutely nothing wrong, and here I am, so annoyed that he's still here. Like, what do you want? And I already know, like, after the last time we spent together, I'm probably not gonna link him again. And you know, I came up with all these reasons in my head why it's his fault, but let's be real here. I have fucking healing to do, and
that's right. I'm focusing on me. I have my healing to do. But what's the reality? The reality is this girl is alpha widowed. She's slept with so many men that are so high above her that that they would never commit to her, right? But she thinks that she's on those men's level. And so when she gets with a nice normal guy, the guy doesn't compare. And so she comes up with all kinds of reasons why she wants to break it off. I'm doing my healing. You know, it's not you, it's me. I love you, but I'm not in love with you, etc., etc. And then she breaks it off as an excuse to go back on the carousel so that she has another chance at having an alpha male commit to her. You see? So guys, it's no surprise when this kind of stuff happens why so many men are walking away. It's no surprise to anyone. Because this kind of thing is highly destructive. It's highly destructive. And so men are, like, literally, I've said it in the previous video too, the marriage rate is 6 out of 1,000. There's a reason for that. So guys, don't cohabitate, don't get married, don't have children. If you want those things, you're going to need to move out of the West. Okay, let's continue.
I have fucking daddy issues. So instead of...
Oh, and something else that I didn't mention. Notice how she's not taking responsibility for her own actions, by the way, as well. She's making herself the victim. She's saying, I have daddy issues, and that's why I do X. It's not, there's something wrong with me that I fundamentally need to fix. I'm going to try to work it out. I'm going to go to therapy. I'm going to... No, she's like, I break up with them. I need to do my healing. Like, where is the accountability? I am trash. I need to become better than that to get the men I want. There's none of that. There's just, it's his fault. I'm going to do my healing and go off and sleep with another alpha male. Like, where is the steps that need to be taken in order to fix the problem? That's what I'm trying to get at. Okay, let's continue.
Lying to myself and telling myself... another nigga that ain't shit, or I just don't like him. I just.
This is her again deferring responsibility, right? So again, she says that there's something wrong with her, and she keeps blaming it on the guy, but there is no effort here made to actually fix the problem. It's just venting, and then she's gonna go and repeat the same pattern, right? And again, this is why men used to make the decisions for women in society, why they used to choose the husband, why they used to shame the girl for wanting another man, why they used to prevent women from sleeping around, because so many women end up like this. So you see, the patriarchy, right? They say patriarchy is so evil when men were in control of things, so bad. It put so many constraints on women. Okay, maybe it did, but that it put those constraints, it did them for a reason. It put those constraints so that society could actually run. And so we don't have a million single mother alpha widows and men walking away from relationships. You see? All right, let's continue.
Let's heal, okay? Let's not date. And I am too old to be feeling this way. And I have intentions on being married one day. And
yeah, so here is something, guys. Notice, the girl just had Prince Charming in her life. You notice how she described the guy that treats her like a princess, etc. She just had Prince Charming, and she left him to do her healing. But she says she wants to be married one day. You see, there was no effort to make that good relationship work. There was this. There's something wrong with me. I have daddy issues. I don't like this guy. I need to do my healing. You see? It was any attempt to escape the responsibility of having to work hard on an actual relationship. You see? And no accountability that she's the one that will be the reason why she's not going to get married. Because she just had Prince Charming. She is young, fertile, and attractive now, but she doesn't want Prince Charming now. Now she wants to go and sleep with Chad multiple times. You see? That is 2022 dating in a nutshell. Please leave a comment if you agree or disagree. Let's continue.
How am I going to get what I want if I'm not even healed yet? You're not even the person you're supposed to be.
She just wants any excuse possible to go sleep with Chad. That's the idea there. Okay. Anyway, let's continue.
I really can't do it anymore.
You want to break up for real?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so she wants to she wants to break up, and he's like, he has like a million contacts that he could go to.
Justina.
So she says she wants to break up with him. He just says a list of names of girls that he has that are backup options, and she's like, yeah, she's like, who are these names? He's like, oh, these are the other options. I'm letting you choose who's gonna be your replacement. Exactly. So, guys, this is the strategy. If she says she wants to break up, you go, okay, cool, and then you move on to your next option. And notice, when he does that, she doesn't want to break up anymore because he's a winner. He has multiple options. Okay, and then it's just a compilation of, oh, okay. All right. Next. Okay, I don't understand. Okay. She leaves him and regrets it.
Person who initiated the divorce. I'm feeling some jealousy because my ex is really out there working it. Not necessarily that he's...
Okay, so she leaves the guy, and then she's upset that he's having a good life and she's not. Well, here's the thing. Again, these girls don't seem to understand. Oh my god, and her tag is cat jammer. Amazing. But anyway, here's what these girls don't understand. Your highest agency is the age of 18 to 28. If you are past that, you will never again have the options you had back then. Ever. That's not true for a man. If a man works on himself and keeps himself together and keeps himself strong and powerful and, socially charismatic and dominant and has money and has the ability to provide, etc., a man could easily find another girl. Easily. When he's older. But a woman can't. So often what these girls do is they initiate their divorces, right? And as I said, women initiate divorces 80% of the time. They get cash and prizes. And then they're upset that the guy can then go and get another girl, right? And she's like, I don't like that he's doing better. I don't like that he's doing well. I don't like that he's happy. I wanted him to suffer, but then they actually suffer because women don't understand their own nature oftentimes, right? And then they end up alone with cats and boxed wine.
For a girlfriend, but he's definitely working on building his social network.
Yeah, that's exactly. So, I mean, the girl tries to destroy the guy's life. It's not destroyed. He goes to new girls and she's upset. Why would you try to destroy the guy if you didn't want him to do those things? You see? Like, ridiculous. All right, next.
Step one. I don't know what's up with you new niggas, but you should never watch your girl struggle. If your girl ain't got something, you need to dump her, nigga. Cause they...
I don't understand. If she don't have something, you mean if she's not bringing something to the table? I agree. If your girl doesn't bring anything to the table, then she's not worthy of your time, attention, affection, respect, etc. She needs to be bringing the following: fit, feminine, submissive, cooperative, and bedroom fun, loyal. If she doesn't bring that, then just move on to another girl, to be honest. Okay, next.
Motivation's not real, discipline's real. I do not feel like training, but I still train because I'm a disciplined individual. You don't get to go through life only doing the things you feel like doing.
I agree entirely. You don't get to go through life doing the things you just feel like doing. Exactly. You do what needs to be done in order to be strong, powerful, successful, and a high value man. The man that all men want to be and that all women want to be with. That kind of man has the work ethic, the drive, and the strength that is greater than the average man. And all of that is earned through consistent long-term effort. You cannot do that just in a day, just in a week. No, you do it consistently and you show your virile masculinity through that. I agree entirely with this. So even if you don't feel like doing it, you must do it for your own benefit. Even if you don't want to, even if it hurts. That's how it goes. That is what it means to be a man. Okay. I don't like these videos with the music in the background because I get copyrighted. Okay, let's...
You don't stand a chance.
But I've seen so many more women cheat. And being a woman myself, I get to be an inside.
Right, we've already seen this one. The idea behind that TikTok is that women refuse to take accountability, right? When they refuse to take accountability when they cheat. They always make themselves the victim. That's the idea. Next.
Friendly reminder for men everywhere, it really do be your friends. It do. Confirmed.
We know this, and most of the time...
It do be your friends? Oh, so she's referring to when girls cheat, that very often they cheat on you by sleeping with your friend. Yeah, so this is why you don't give your girl access to your friends. So here's what I mean. They can't have the phone numbers of your friends. They can't have private conversations with your friends. They can't meet up with your friends if you're not present, etc. That's why. Because if you allow that, then what's going to happen is the likelihood for cheating goes up exponentially, right? And this is why also I recommend men that, like, again, you need to save your girl from her own nature, right? So that's like, you must do actions with that in mind. All right, let's see what this guy has to say.
Dude past a certain age just stop caring, because most of the time we've usually had our fair share of women and we dealt with women and they screwed us over, so we know what a lot of y'all are capable of, and we know how vindictive women can get, that she'll try to sleep with close friends and family.
Oh yeah, of course. So again, but this shouldn't matter to you, right? Like if the girl like sleeps with your best friend, or like, you know, she sleeps with your whatever, some relative like your cousin or whatever, it doesn't really matter, because again, if you've taken more of her time, like her prime fertility years, you actually win in the long term anyway, and you gain experience and stuff, and then you can just move on to the next girl. It's not such a big deal, whereas for them it's a huge deal, right? Because again, if a girl gets to 35 and she hasn't had children yet, it's basically over. Her life is done, right? Whereas for you, that's not the case at all. So again, it's no big deal really. Okay, let's move on.
If you cuffing a man, you losing.
If you cuffing a man, you losing? No, that's not true. Girl is winning for cuffing a man. Girl is if the girl gets out of you cohabitation, children, or marriage, she's won in 2022. That's how it goes. But if she hasn't, then she doesn't win. You win in every other arrangement.
I was kindly informed that I am single as fuck as of today.
You know, guys, as much as I say that women play the game on easy mode, the truth really is that women are out here struggling. They're struggling just like you are, but they're struggling for a different...
That's right. Women struggle for a different reason than men. The reason why women struggle is because they're not able to get a relationship with a man in the top 10%. That's actually what they want. They want marriage, cohabitation, and children with a man in the top 10%. And that's nearly impossible. In fact, it's harder for a girl to get that than it is for a man to get bedroom fun with women. To go from an average man to a man that has bedroom fun regularly is easier than for the average woman to get into a relationship, marriage, have children with a man in the top 10%. It's actually harder for women. Now, in the old world, where there was enforced monogamy, women would just, marry men at their level, and they wouldn't be as happy as they could be, right, marrying the prince, but they would still be happy in the sense that they have children, they have families, they have networks of people that care about them, etc., which is basically dead in 2022, right? This whole idea of nuclear family and communities coming together and people kind of being one whole community unit, that's gone in 2022, and it seems to not be coming back. All right. Cool. Let's go to FDS again. We're going to read this article here, and I'm going to debunk it because usually the FDS articles are total BS. So, there's no dream woman who can magically fix your ex. One of the most pervasive and harmful myths perpetuated in our dating culture is the myth of the magical dream woman. No. False. Anyway, the male equivalent of this dream woman is called the unicorn, the like perfect girl who doesn't exist, right? The dream woman suddenly flutters into a man's life, and a mere presence has such an effect that he fixes all his character flaws and repents his old ways of sleeping around. The dream woman's hair and makeup is so perfect, her presence is so captivating that it elevates this lowly man to respectable, emotionally available gentleman and the envy of all girlfriends past. So here's what this girl is saying in the article, the translation, okay? The translation is, I slept with a guy who is way above my level. I even had a talking stage relationship with him, friends with benefits or whatever. Later on in his life, I kept stalking his Instagram because he left me. And he got together with a new girl and then got married and had children. And I'm furious that this girl beat me. And so now I'm writing this article. That is the translation. Please. PSA, there's no dream woman out there who'll magically make your trifling man act right. False. In fact, if a girl wants a man to not be trifling, all she has to do is provide the things that the man wants. If she does, the man won't think of sleeping around. If she provides everything the man wants, fit, feminine, cooperative, submissive, and bedroom fun loyal, the man will not seek bedroom fun elsewhere. The not so subtle subtext that men reinforce with his myth is that if his exes were enough, like she was, he would have treated them all the better and given them the things in life they begged for that he now so willingly bestows upon his new lady. So again, it's exactly the same that I said before. Like, she's sour grapesing that the guy is giving stuff to a new girl and that he never gave to her. Not realizing that there are flaws in her character that prevent her from being that girl to that guy, that also likely prevent her from being that girl to every man she'll ever meet. She doesn't understand fundamentally what men want, and because she doesn't understand, she can't be the girl she's supposed to be for the guy. It's important to recognize the game being played is to make you jump through hoops to be a dream woman for a man who's not even acting like a dream man. So this is conditional femininity, right? She's saying, I will be feminine for a man who is masculine. But the implication is, I am in control of the frame, right? If he's not, then I'm not, is the idea, right? Which means that the whole femininity thing was an act. Men proclaiming I'll straighten up for the right woman is 98% conjecture. They're not practical at being good men. How are they able to figure out all of a sudden? Yeah, so this idea here is straight solipsism, straight projection. So many women, they spend the prime fertility years, the age of 18 to 23, sometimes even 18 to 28, sleeping around with Chad, right? And let me read this and see if what I'm about to say is true or not. 98% of them don't change that much, even for the men they so-called love. Even with the best of intention, leopards can't often change their spots. You see, I just substituted, you see when she said women, I substituted men, and it's exactly what women do. So they sleep around their garden tools for 10 years, then they expect to change their tune, right? And these women can't, because they're garden tools. They are the girls that slept around with Chad and are alpha widows. So it's not going to happen for them. And that's why the men are repulsed by them and don't give them the ring, right? Internal change takes years of deliberate work and practice. If he's practicing not being terrible, and then that's what he's good at, right? And I could argue. So this, again, is pure projection, right? The girl knows that she hasn't practiced being good. So how can she be good in a long-term relationship? You see, this entire article is 100% pure projection. If you switch the genders, it is exactly what I tell men, right? There is no man that can fundamentally change a woman's nature. If she's practiced being bad, she's going to be bad forever. Past behavior is the best indicator of future behavior, you see? So she's literally projecting every single thing that she does onto men. He won't be consistent at being a good man if he's not practiced. Do something often enough and it becomes habit, and habits become your character. This literally describes women in 2022 in a nutshell. To a T, it describes them, what they do. They sleep around for 10 years, then expect to change their tune, fail at it, no man commits to them, then they end up alone with cats and boxed wine. So again, guys, like pure projection here. All right, anyway. Thank you so much for listening. I think I'm going to end the video here. Again, if you're new to the channel, liking my content, please give me a sub, hit all for notifications. If you're listening on the podcast, give me a 5-star review, give me a follow. If you agree or disagree with my points, please leave a comment. That's what the comment section is for. And thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to listen to me. I really appreciate it, especially if you got to the end of the video. That's wonderful, guys. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching my channel. Please remember to do all of the following. Like the video for the algorithm. Comment on the video. I respond to all comments and I'll give you a heart. Subscribe and hit the bell so you can see my content on your feed. Check out all of my content on other platforms. It spreads the reach of the channel. YouTube, bit.ly/heliosyoutube. Rumble, bit.ly/heliosrumble. My blog is realheliosblog.com. My podcast, bit.ly/heliospodcast. My Patreon, patreon.com/theheliosblog. You can also support the show at bit.ly/heliosdonations and buy my books at bit.ly/heliosbooks. Thank you so much for all of your support.